Teas in a pod, we chat all day. News to film, we got so much to say. Laughs and giggles over our cup of tea. Two teas in a pod, without a care.
Good evening, morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to Two Teas in the Pod. With me, Tombi and the Pickle, also known as
which
Tam.
way is it?
It's
that one.
Yeah. The thing is, what I need to do is
The boob.
yeah. The thing is that Tam went round her mum's earlier, and I completely forgot to upload the intro. So when I went to load the intro, it was actually last week's, and I thought, shit. So I had to quickly convert the new intro into the right format, get it uploaded, and we're doing it live. So we got away with it. How we doing, chat? How we doing? It's good to see you all. Legatus is in chat. Welcome. Good to see you. Hail, Tombi and Tam. Then there's me. A bit of Abe. How you doing, Abe? It's good to see you, mate.
Abe laughing at you because you did a technical.
No, it was Cosmo.
Oh.
I was just laughing at Cosmo's head. Cosmo just peered out of nowhere as if to say, hi.
Hi. It's purring away.
Yeah, I know. I can hear him every now and again. There's nothing like a good... Oh, I was going to say something about the word pussy then. Jack, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Yeah, I completely fumbled the start of the show, but hey-ho, what... When do we not fumble something? When do we not fumble something?
I was going for the biscuits.
Yeah, he's going to go and have some biscuits. Abe, how you doing? Good to see you. I like your blurb, by the way. That's great. Kinky as fuck. Uncle Martin, evening. How you doing? Epic gameplay fun as well's in the house. How you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. It's been a bit of a weird day, to be honest. It doesn't even feel like it's Thursday, and it's like weekend is a. How loud is that to you?
To me, it vibrates.
But if you were to put it on a scale of 0 to 10, was it about 5? As in fairly quiet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit quieter than normal. I'm just going to boost the audio of blurbs. But thank you very much indeed for the blurbs. And Abe says, God damn it. But the thing is, Abe, you say that, but Daly liked it. Daly did like it, so where the hell is the... Oh, there's the volume. Yeah, blurps are at 50%, so I'm going to bump him up to... There we go. Let's bump him up to that and see how we do from there. Not that loud for us, but it's comfortable for the stream, I think. Yeah. Yeah, she does like it. She likes the little Abe in her. Because that's what it sounds like, little Abe. It was fucking funny, though. It was hilarious. Especially with me having the power to lower someone's volume and they don't even know. And then I just take over their speech. And do you know what was really funny about it, Abe? Was when you were speaking and the microphone flashes your avatar, that's when I was speaking as well. So it was so pure, so well coordinated, it couldn't have gone any better. How you doing, Pete?
You fucking you bloody bastard bitch! Fuck you! Bloody fuck you, bloody fucking mother, bloody fuck bitch!
Fucking Indian swearing is amazing. Cheers, Grizzle. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, she definitely does like it. Abe has a way with words, Uncle Martin says. Yes. Very good. Very good way with words. And Abe says, yes, I noticed. Tombi. I think I'll have to do Greg next. Yeah, that's going to be fucking clipped. We're going to have to pick on Greg more before he disappears off the stream next time, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Greg gets picked on enough.
No, I mean, the thing is, it's got to be something to do with his LED light. I think that's the
The
way
thing
it's
is,
isn't
it's
it?
actually quite good fun when you poke at Greg because he goes tomato coloured.
He goes bright red. He does
Yeah.
do a good bright red tomato colour, which is actually funny. Pete? How you doing, mate? What's up? Just reach out in Discord if you want to have a chat, mate. Everybody gets a turn. I mean, the thing is, you know full well what's going to happen when Stacey Queef comes back eventually, if he ever does. Every outro that I go to do, it'll just be porn in the background again, because that's how he was getting me. Was just every now and again you just hear this and moaning in the background. It was slightly kinky. Live streams are a good distraction. Yeah. Well, we're here to distract, Pete. We are here to distract as good as we can do. And as usual, 2 T's is we try and keep it to an hour. One, because I've got a stream half an hour after that. But we just want to generally have a chinwag. And chinwags are good when you keep them to an hour. And when you go down a pub, you spend 3 or 4 hours down a pub having a few pints. But ultimately, you only really speak for an hour because the rest of the time you can't bloody hear each other. You just end up getting shedded, which is great, which is fine.
Yeah, I was going to say the more you drink, the less you can hear.
Yes. Well, you've also got the flip side is the more you drink, the less you can physically communicate anyway.
Yeah.
Because you end up just talking balls. Very much balls. Grizzle with the Quagmire blurb. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, sadly, I'm out of the top 100 now. I'm well out. And I don't think there's any chance of catching up to it. I think Yanni's still in the top 50, which is fantastic. So if you haven't subbed to Yanni yet, make sure you pop across to Yanni's channel. She's doing well. She's cruising up towards 350 subs. So make sure you pop across there. Let's have a look. Where is Yanni? 45. So she's not far from breaking the 1,000 points for the month, which is great because we've still got 7 days of the month. Well, we've got 8 days of the month remaining. She's at 935 points. I reckon you could easily get her into the thousands. But when you look at blurps, let me share this on the screen for the top 100. When you look at the blurps, the guy in first place, 5,700 points. Obviously, clearly has got his simps, because that's got to be simpage, massive simpage going on. And they're all dudes as well. It's like this massive sausage fest going on. And then you come down to Yanni with her 935. And then you got Grizzle, Davey Verse, and Rick. See, I wouldn't class you guys as simps because we all blurp the shit out of Yanni in the best way. But to have 5 times, 6 times that amount for first place, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking insane. I mean, 100th
They've got like
is...
thousands of followers.
Yeah. I mean, granted, they have to. In order to get that many, it's got to be thousands upon thousands of followers. There's no other way that someone would be able to achieve that many just with a small community. It doesn't ring true. Bearing in mind that we will spam. So Yanni has 1 stream a day where she might do 2 streams a day. And say she's blurped through that entirety. Say there's in total 4 hours a day that she's streaming, and she is blurped almost constantly. Not constant, it's like one after the other, but fairly regularly. And she's at 1,000. These guys must be streaming either 5 times as long or have 5 times as many people blurping.
Yeah.
Could be streaming twice as long with 2.5 times as many people blurping, which is probably more likely to be the case. There'll be some form of scale going on.
Only Beats paid blurps are counted, it seems.
Yeah. So the channel blurps the free ones don't go into that, so that's just freebies to play the sound. But it is only the paid ones that actually put a dent into the numbers. Doom Dark Ages, Pete says, have I seen the latest news on it? Doom Dark Ages drops multiplayer. What?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out as well, Jack.
What's that?
Well, how, if they were dropping blurps that often for them to get that many, how do they have enough time to talk or hear anything?
Yeah, but the thing is, this is where Uncle Martin's pointing out he streams for 8 to 10 hours a day, so that's 2.5 times streaming what Yanni does.
Yeah.
So if that guy has got 2.5 times as many people blurping, it's still the same rate as what Yanni does.
Yeah.
In terms of response. So it's not, it will be regular, but it's not constant. I mean, you get used to it in the end with the blurps coming in. You say thank you for your blurps and all that, see who's done it, laugh at the sound effects or laugh at Abe's squeaky voice. And then you move on back to the chat and then you go from there. So it's just going to bring up this because Pete mentioned it. So Doom. So Doom, The Dark Ages drops multiplayer for the largest campaign in the FPS franchise. We had a chance to check out Doom, The Dark Ages in a hands-off preview. And question and answer with ID Software. Here's what you need to know about this medieval FPS prequel. Doomslayer's next demon blasting adventure during the Xbox Developer Direct. You're looking for one. Yeah, all that shit. Prequel to the fantastic Doom 2016, taking us to a dark medieval planet where the war is being waged against the forces of hell. This drops multiplayer altogether and focuses on core single-player experience. See, the thing is that I'm hoping they actually still do multiplayer. Multiplayer has been completely dropped, and we'll instead spend our time slaughtering. Yeah, but the problem is there was elements of player which would bring it synergy with things like Space Marine 2. I think they've fucked the ball there. Personally, I think they've fucked up.
So it is or it isn't going to be multiplayer?
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
Now, they may add multiplayer down the line, which could actually be a game plan. So, release a game single player. First, release it as single player and get absolutely everybody playing it. Then, when you see the slump start and players dropping off, then you release multiplayer.
Heretical Nerd saying, check out the Dev Direct.
Check out the Dev Direct. Dev Direct, Doom, Dark Ages. Right, let's have a look. Oh, fucking Jesus. Why do I have to put my fucking date of birth in, you fucking bunch of cunts? I'm fucking old enough and ugly enough.
Is it an 18s only?
Irrelevant. Developed presentation revealed. Right, okay, let's just see what this says. Blood Guilty Gaming, how you doing, brothers? Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for joining. And East Roaders joined it as well. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Right, okay, let's just have a quick read of this. The Dev Direct 25 presentation revealed new exciting details for Doom, brought straight to the viewers. Yeah, I don't want to watch too much of it because ID will fucking strike you down with hell fury. 30 years ago, yeah, that's all fine. All from running input. You'll feel unstoppable, yeah. Yeah, this is everything that was on the other one as well. The gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. Finally, we have for you. We've been waiting for 2 games. your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. Yeah. Fine. Through the exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers. Yeah, which is pretty similar to everything else that's come before us. It doesn't say anything about... sadly, it doesn't say anything about multiplayer. I wonder if they're... I wonder if on YouTube they've got the... No! Let's pause the music before we get pinged. They haven't got the transcript available, which kind of sucks. Oh, that sucks. Enemies to conquer, right? Yeah. I mean, the game looks fucking amazing. Let's put it this way: the game looks fucking amazing, especially where you're pinging bloody skulls about. So you start pinging skulls about with in the weapons. I just wanted to see if there was anything with regards to the multiplayer, and if they're just going to bring it in later. Pete, did they mention everything with regards to multiplayer coming later in life? Looks like that twat just said something about multiplayer. We all know that fans of single player expect... No, he didn't. What a turnip. Yeah, see, the thing is, if they do it right, you'll have a game that's just as good as Space Marines 2, but with a much bigger, a much more extensive fan base, because you'll get more people playing Doom than you would have Space Marine 2, even though there is a good following on Space Marines. But a lot more people... No multiplayer mentioned. Well, that sucks. But if it was me as the developer, I would say multiplayer's not off the table. I would specifically use these words as well. I'd say multiplayer's not off the table. It's just not going to be released day one. And then when you start getting a feel that the slump has begun in terms of number of people buying the game, number of people playing, at that point in time, you hit them with the multiplayer patch. Because suddenly you will see absolutely every man and his dog playing that game non-stop. And in terms of business sense... Say again.
Apart from me.
Yeah, I mean, I would play it. I'm going to be playing this. Oh, 100%. As soon as this drops, did you say March 15th? As soon as this drops, I'm freaking on it.
I thought it was May.
Oh, it might be May then. Fuck! What are we doing in May?
I think it drops a few days before we jump on the plane.
Yeah. Release date. May the 15th. I'll be able to get a few streams in. I might have to install it on Tam's laptop and stream from America every now and again when I get an opportunity to.
Yeah.
Blood, Guilty Gaming. Okay, I'm subbed to everybody in chat. Blood, don't forget, drop your own link, my friend. Drop your link into chat. I'm going to start a set of shout outs going anyway, but drop your link into chat and everybody pop across over to Blood, give him some support. Jack's in chat. Let me just check something. Jack's in chat.
Yeah.
East Rhoda can drop. Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force, Luke. Let go. Get your fat ass back there.
Why have you still got a Christmas tree?
Why have I still got a Christmas tree? What?
In your name?
No, it's not a Christmas tree.
Well, what? It looks like a
Right,
Christmas
okay. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
It looks
What's
like
the first?
a Christmas tree.
What's the first bit?
Oh, link tree.
Link tree. Thank you. You're clever.
It does look like a bloody Christmas tree.
What I was saying, East Rhoda, Blood Guilty, Heretical Nerd, Jack Tarlad, who else we got? Uncle Martin, let me sort you out as well. Uncle Martin, done. Who else is in chat that's got their own channels? Can someone grab Epic Gameplay Funds channel as well? In fact, let me do that. Those people that I mentioned earlier, just go through and drop your links. I'll do Epic Gameplays, but everybody else,
I'll click on it.
everybody else should be able to do their links. Epic Gameplay Fun channel. And just do me a favour, guys. I know this is not Sunday Spotlight, but pop across to everybody. Just like a video, drop a comment, and then subscribe. Do it in that order, and then the sub will stick. Because if you don't, YouTube removes it like 24 hours later, which kind of sucks. But if you could pop across to everybody, give everybody some love, would be appreciated. Yeah, do you know what? Today has been fucking shit in the UK. Yet again, we've got things happening in the UK which absolutely freaking disgust the living piss out of me. Absolute fucking disgrace.
I'm getting so frustrated at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, Jack shared this, and obviously salt on the wound because this freaking pissed off Jack and upset Jack. You've got the Southport, the guy in Southport who went around and just bloody stabbed all of the little girls. And the PM is insisting that his motivation was because he was an incel. Not the fact that he looks like a fucking Somalian pirate. But yeah, the guy in the back, Jack saying this one guy is doing the Lord's work in front of Sky News cameras outside Liverpool Crown Court, even though they've tried every tactic to obscure it. They're doing their damnedest. Mainstream media are doing their damnedest to cover up, basically draw no attention to the Southport murder trial. And the guy in the background, absolute legend. I wish I knew who he was because I'd buy him a pint right now. Kids die, media lie. And I said pretty much exactly the same. More truths in this guy's placard than all of mainstream UK media now combined. Southport cover-up, spineless Kia, and PM casts Deflecto. Deflecto Patronum because he doesn't want to accept the truth that immigrants, illegal immigrants, Muslims are the biggest cause of issues in the UK right now because he's a spineless cunt.
Oh,
Keir Starmer, you're a fucking spineless wank fuck. Piss off and fucking resign, you dickhead. Take Rachel Reeves with you because she's a fucking turnip as well. Absolute fucking turnip. But yeah, I saw you had posted it, Jack, and I was like, fucking cunts, mate. Absolute fucking cunts. And it's in no doubt, it's in absolutely zero doubt that this fucking idiot, and the thing is, he's in the docks, and they had to cut it short a couple of times because of the fucking uproars that were in the fucking docks. And he's like, yeah, I'm glad they died. Absolutely zero remorse, and yet the PM said, oh, it's because he's a loner in his bedroom and he's an incel. No, that's not the case whatsoever. I'm trying to see if...
Right, so if you're a loner, that gives you an excuse.
No, what he's saying is it's loners only that cause these murders and these terrorism. Well, they don't want to class them as terrorism acts. That's the thing. 7 hours. I question whether Nigel Farage. A lot of people fucking hate him, but he's asking the right fucking questions, guys. I'm sorry. No matter how much you think he's a turnip. How much you think he's a bellend? And don't get me wrong, most politicians are fucking dickheads. Let's not beat around the bush. Most politicians are dicks, but he's asking the right questions. I question whether the Southport attacker was known to the authorities and linked to terrorism. Our Deputy Prime Minister accused me of stoking up conspiracy theories. The time has come for Angela Rayner to apologise. Yep. And this is the thing. I'm writing to you. As you no doubt be aware, Ruda Cabana The suspect in the horrific murders at Southport has pled guilty to all charges put to him, including under Section 58 of the Terrorism Act. He pled guilty to terrorism. How can you not then say it's a terrorist act if he's pled guilty to it?
If he's pled guilty to it, then it is.
He's a terrorist.
Well,
yeah,
it is
correct.
anyway, but...
It was anyway, because it was to incite terror. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Additionally, we now know that the Prime Minister was made aware of his terror links, but decided to conceal this information from the public. Shortly after the brutal attack, I questioned whether the public was being told the truth and whether this was, in fact, a terror incident, even when the police stated that it wasn't. I stated, I just wonder whether the truth is being withheld from us. I don't know the answer to that, but I think it's a fair and legitimate question. What I do know is something is going horribly wrong at our once beautiful country. Correct, it is. In response to my comments, you stated that he, Nigel Farage, must understand that you have a level of responsibility. You're a community leader. You're elected to represent your constituency, which is actually just down the road from us in Clacton. And therefore, you have a level of responsibility with that, and it's not to stoke up what conspiracy theories or what you think might have happened, or lean into what you think. He then goes on, I'm writing to ask you to apologise, not to me, but to the millions of Britons you have deliberately misled in choosing such inappropriate moment to spread misinformation. By choosing to make such nakedly political points at the time of national vulnerability, you undoubtedly contributed to this civil unrest that ensued. As Deputy Prime Minister of this country, you have a duty to respond responsibly and not ironically create fake news by criticising others for stirring up fake news when they have done no such thing. I've no doubt that you would like to take this opportunity to correct the record. We all know she's not going to correct the record because the Labour government cannot admit liability of doing any of this. They are going to triple down. They are going to quadruple down. You are going to see mass media blackouts. The truth is going to be buried as much as they can do. Arse wipes. I wish they all fucking got shot into the fucking sun. No, he needs ref. That's not quite right. He needs a long drop, sudden stop. That's what he needs, mate.
The whole thing at the moment is just, well, it's fucking despicable.
Ref also says, but apparently, because you can't be racist to white people, it is impossible to genocide them. Yeah, and the thing is, they're deliberately choosing language to make it that persecution and murder of white individuals is okay.
But this is it. We can be racist, but they can't.
Yeah, exactly.
How the fuck does that work?
They're trying to protect their position because of slavery in the past.
Really?
So
Well,
you have to then turn
didn't
around.
Slave anyone? So why the fuck should I put up with it?
I mean, this is the thing. There are modern slaves out there. It just is. It still is one of those things. Modern slavery still exists.
In this day and age, you don't have to put up with it.
Britain and some of the Caribbean isles actually outlawed it first and then battled to end it, eradicate it. Fine, perfect, great. But most of these people that are crying foul of things like slavery and racism and things like that, they weren't slaves. Their parents weren't slaves. Their grandparents, their great-grandparents weren't slaves. You have to go incredibly far back to find when their ancestors were slaves. Now, the problem is...
Never at all.
But the thing is, it's irrelevant because you can go back lineage. Almost anybody on the fucking planet, at some point, you were in servitude. Absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
Romans had massive amounts of fucking slaves.
Oh,
do you really think
they were the
fucking
worst
Genghis
for it.
Khan didn't have fucking slaves? Fucking killed fucking a quarter of the fucking planet. He would have had slaves. The Vikings had slaves. Everybody had slaves. You had people indentured servitude. So there's absolutely no one on this planet that can turn around in modern era and say, unless they're undergoing slavery right now, they haven't got a leg to stand on, especially when they turn around and say repatriations. Just get fucked with that. You ain't got a fucking leg to stand on. Rick says, Tombi, did you see God Emperor Trump speak at the World Economic Forum? He absolutely laid into the National Socialist Karl Schwab and all the other socialists so beautiful. I haven't seen it. Seen it. I need to catch up with it, to be honest, mate. Dadman walking. Hell, Tombi. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Just going to skip through just in case. Missing anything. Tombi, and here is the one about media gaslighting, saying it's not terrorism. Fuck's sake. Fucking incredibly fucking pissed off over this. Jack, can you do me a favor? Can you just tag me on your post? Because I'm in EV Mugs, I can't copy and paste that out. Kind of sucks. As Will would say, get in the sea. Galadon, problem is cultures that hide their history and rewrite it, they get to pretend they didn't do bad things. Britain did bad things, or should I say, the English did bad things. Fucking most of Europe did bad things. Africa
I think
still does
nearly
bad
every
things.
country in the bloody world does at some point or another.
Every country has done bad things. And
Some
let's
start.
also, do you know what? I'm almost tempted to say, let's dispense with this whole idea that there are any such thing as natives. Because again, you can go all the way back in time to day zero, and most people started off from one central position and then just spread across the globe.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you've got land sea bridges through ice ages and things like that, where everybody migrated and followed the flora and fauna. And you got that evidence straight away with hunter-gatherers and woolly mammoths going across land sea bridges between essentially Siberia and what is Canada or Alaska. So to say that fucking there's any such thing as a fucking native is just retarded anyway. You can say you might have lived there first, as in you discovered it, but you weren't native from there. It's fucking another crazy bollock fucking thing that they say. They are a nation. They are in the nation they came from, but we don't need to talk about it. Exactly. I think trebuchet construction will become a booming trade in England soon, or else you are doomed to live. Mate, that's why we want to leave. That's why we want to escape out of the UK. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Jack. Yeah, I did see this. So here is Sky New blaming incels and misogyny for what happened, despite him pleading guilty for downloading and possessing a jihadi manual. You don't hate the legacy media enough. Let's just listen to this shit.
Obsessed with violence.
Charlie,
it's interesting, isn't it? Because you mentioned Prevent there. It's now well known that Rudy Cavano has referred to them 3 times. Yeah. 3 times he was seen not to be a risk because he didn't fit the parameter with what Prevent deal with, which is terrorism and extremism. He didn't subscribe to an ideology. He was a young man obsessed with violence. And there are many young men like that in the UK. And he got passed to various different agencies, but none of those agencies seem to have had the remit to deal with that obsession of violence. And it's been pointed out to me, and you raised it before we began speaking here live on air.
Did you see that?
This was an act of violence against girls, girls and young women. And that needs to be talked about more, because we talk about
the thing is,
her face in.
well, to be honest, I would have punched both of their fucking lights out, because one, she hasn't got a fucking clue what she's fucking talking about. She is spitting out a diatribe of, let's not say he's a terrorist because my boss might slap me and won't fill my mouth with sausage later. So I've got to be very delicate in saying that he's not a terrorist, but he hated women, and he was very violent, but he wasn't a terrorist. Fuck off, you fucking spat cunt. The fucking news just fucking pisses me off lately. It's all the UK. This is why the fucking land of the fucking free and home of the brave is over in America, because you got Trump daddy back and he's not putting up with this shit. The problem is the UK doesn't have a Trump person to come and fucking do anything.
No.
Nigel Farage isn't that person. You haven't got anybody in the Conservatives that can fulfil that role. You've got vocal.
It needs someone with a pair of fucking balls.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is,
Someone that's willing to stand there and be counted.
if I was slightly younger and slightly bolder, I'm definitely bold. Woohoo! If I was slightly younger and slightly more handsome and less rough around the edges, I'd fucking run for being an MP, and I'd fucking take this shit on.
Yeah.
Because this fucking crap. But the problem is, I would immediately get struck out of the fucking House of Lords and all that shit for swearing too much. I'd be like, Keir Starmer, shut the fuck up, you cunt. You're talking out your fucking arse. You're so
Have
full
you
of fucking
noticed-
shit, people are thinking that you're a fucking toilet and crapping in your mouth.
We've not had a PM that actually comes from the real world. They don't know what it's like to work for a living. They don't know what it's like to struggle to put a roof over their head. And I'm sorry, you need to do those things before you can even consider it. You need to live in the real world.
Ref says, wish I could leave the UK with a bunch of based folks. We'll stuff you in a fucking handbag if you want, mate. We'll stuff you in a handbag. And when we leave to America, what we'll do, we'll drop you off really, really close to the border, and then you can just sneak in. But you don't get your payouts anymore because it's the real world now. Uncle Martin, those stairs could use a bit of colour. I hear red is in fashion. Yeah. Princess Cinnamon Boots, howdy. Shameful enough PC BS, and that's the problem. The UK. Think of the worst America did in terms of PC bullshit, and the UK has just fucking gone sailing straight past it. Say there was a magic line, right? We got my arm right now. This is Trump daddy, normal kind of like everyday living. Then you've got the fucking Democrats in America doing their fucking bullshit. The UK is now fucking out my window.
Yeah. You know, I used to be proud to be a Brit. Now I'm just ashamed. And I really feel sorry for the people that died to keep us free during the war.
Indeed. I mean, it pisses all over every single fucking war we've ever fought in. He's wrote out, Tombi, I'm genuinely considering running for office as a reform councillor. Do it. 100% do it. If you're thinking about it, do it. Tombi, you have to stand up to ask questions. No one would see you. Fuck off, you cunt. It's because I'm a fucking midget. Doesn't mean I haven't got a fucking loud voice. And the other thing, Andy Matthews, you and me both know, members of the armed forces tend to be quite loud. Especially those that have got the drill sergeant parade voice.
Yeah, Jack, I don't love my country anymore because it isn't my country anymore.
I was just about to say, I don't love it anymore, mate. Do you know when my love for it really properly disappeared? Is when the Queen died. Being ex-armed forces, I signed the dotted line that says for Queen or country, and I would have kept that agreement to my dying day. Now the problem is when the Queen died and the King took over, it almost severed the tie between me and my past in the armed forces. I've still got pride in being in the armed forces, no problem. Still got pride of what I did in terms of times of war. But nowadays, I would not fucking do anything to protect this country anymore because it's beyond saving. It's run by idiots. It's been infiltrated by arseholes. You can't even go 10 years back and say it was the UK 10 years. It's fucking not. It's no longer the country of my birth. I just have got no faith that it'll ever get fixed. I just got no faith that it'll ever get fixed. But Eo's in chat. How you doing, Eo? Good to see you, sweetheart. And Teresa's in the chat as well. How you doing, Teresa? Good to see you.
I think it's now gone so far down the pan, there's no way to bring it back.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because the damage is...
Well, the rot set in and nobody did anything to stop the rot.
Yeah. I mean, the Conservatives definitely didn't do themselves any favours. But if you were to turn around and say, right, country, who would you prefer to have right now, Conservatives or Labour? Labour's not going to be the fucking choice.
No.
And to be honest, you can almost say Conservatives are not the choice either. It needed complete fresh blood in the establishment. And this brings me back to a point I made freaking years ago that says MPs can only be MPs for a certain number of years. You can only be an MP for 10 years max. So you get 2 terms and 2 years, either 1 year before, 1 year after, whatever it may be. But you can't just be old fuddy-duddy, because the problem is you lose touch with what's actually happening in the real world.
But the thing is, they're not in touch with what's going on in the real world.
But this is my point. Most of them have been in politics for so long, they're so out of touch. They might go and talk to their constituents and rub hands and shoulders with fucking blue-haired Maud, who's got a lovely cup of tea and fishnet stockings on, down in freaking Runcorn. But the problem is, they're not talking to everybody, and the general consensus across the country is that we're sick and tired of seeing boats come into the country and not boats load going back out. They're promised to deliver all of these illegal immigrants back to the source countries. Not happening. And more, you're seeing the services for the UK citizens who pay into the UK tax club. You're getting less and less value for money because you're not getting onto NHS. I mean, when was the last time anybody in the UK, and this is for the UK guys, when was the last time you were able to get an NHS dentist appointment? When was the last time? Hasn't been for years.
No.
I can't even get a doctor's... Bearing in mind, ex-armed forces, underneath the Armed Forces Covenant, I should get preferential treatment. I get priority, preferential treatment. And when I turned around and said, aren't you guys going to abide by the Armed Forces Covenant and expedite a appointment? They turned around and said, no. You've got to wait like everybody else. So it means fuck all. It means fuck all. And it's not like I'm not paying fucking tax into the fucking country. I pay fucking shitloads of tax into the country. And I get nothing back.
Yeah. Well, no, you wouldn't get anything back because your tax is paying to keep 3 illegal immigrant families.
Yeah. Yep, term limits. Again, Tombi is right. Term limits. They're in touch with the kickbacks they get from lobbyists. Yeah, they are. And the thing is, that's exactly the same with America. Politicians run on lobbyists and backhanders. Let's face it. It's always happened. Interesting. You know that I'm in Bromref. Hey, Jack. Oh, Nottingham.
Oh, that's where Tom's based.
Yeah, the son's based in Nottingham at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they aren't in touch at all. Time to dump some tea in the harbour. No, don't fucking take it out on the tea. No. Don't take it out on the tea. Dump something else, like the fucking illegal immigrants. Just make them the fucking floaters. Fucking put them in boxes and fucking send them packing.
Apparently, we are going to dump tea in the harbour.
Yeah, we are actually. So when we come across to America in May, we are going to Boston, and I'm going to fucking teabag a couple of Americans. I am going to teabag a few Americans, Rick being one of them. So Brother Rick and Brother Nerdsakes. I'm definitely going to be teabagging them 2 fuckers. Yeah, definitely going to be teabagging them. I'm looking forward to the holiday, to be honest. We're gonna try and bump into as many people as we can do. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see everybody. It's just physically impossible. because America's too fucking big. America's too big. So the first week is going to be see some sights and see some places, and then the last 10 days are going to be us getting some holiday time, having a bit of a rest, and looking for a house to live.
Yeah, well, looking at the areas.
It's more to look at the areas. So we're basically going to jump into the car and just drive around Tennessee until we see stuff and just generally stop.
Did
and look
someone
around.
in chat one day say that they were in Kentucky?
Shit! I almost dribbled freaking tea down my face. Miss me gob.
In your lip.
Yeah, I miss me gob. I don't know if someone. Yeah, I'm sure. Someone said they were in
Kentucky.
Ah. Right. Okay. I know what's going on now. I'm not going to say why, guys. I'm not going to say why. But can you all just do me a favor? Can you just do F's in the chat for me? Just trust me. Just do F's in the chat. Spam those F's, please. Because something's happened, and someone needs cheering up. Definitely. F's in the chat, guys. F's in the chat. Bless your heart. Yeah, I understand what you mean now, mate. Okay, thanks for sharing that. It's one of those things that I'm not looking forward to myself. I'll let Tam know after the stream, mate. But F's in the chat, guys. F's in the chat. Yeah, who was going to look at? I know what I've got quite a few addresses. Hello.
Eo, I'm feeling slightly better. The cough is almost gone, thank God.
Yeah.
So I'm coughing about half as much as I was, which is fantastic. But my sinuses are playing up today. So there we go. But yeah, I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking.
Heretical Nerd says Kentucky is gay. And Israel says Kentucky jelly. And then then Rick says that's why Tombi will fit in. No, you spell Abe wrong again, Rick. You spell Abe wrong again. Fucking hell. I'm not mentioning names, Jack. I'm not mentioning names, but someone in chat needs some Fs. So I just asked everybody to F the fuck out of chat. As many Fs as possible. Just fuck that chat. Probably the wrong word uses to use. Kentucky. I can't remember who is in Kentucky. But isn't Kentucky like Twister County?
They getting bloody everywhere.
Yeah, but they get them more often than fucking Tennessee does. Tennessee hardly gets any. You're more likely to get a fucking tail end of a hurricane at freaking Tennessee and flooding.
Yeah, I think the east of Tennessee gets the flooding, the west of Tennessee gets the whirling dervishes.
Oh.
And central, you're not too bad.
2020 dozens killed by overnight tornadoes in the middle of Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Straight in Nashville. Okay. A long track tornado supercell rips across central parts of Tennessee in the overnight hours. Yeah. Can you imagine moving out and next thing you know, fucking half the house is upside down? I'll be like, fucking go back to sleep, Tam, stop farting. And it won't be farts, it will be fucking tornadoes and shit.
That's almost as bad as me sleeping through 2 earthquakes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
They woke everybody else up. One was a 6 point something and the other one was 5 point something, and I just slept through them.
Yeah, Robert Harvey. By the way, people, did you see the new Assassin's Creed Shadows trailer? They totally push Yasuke. Yasuke to the background, trying to pull the wool over the normie's eyes. But it's the same reason they made him smaller in the posters. They made him... yeah. They made him smaller in posters deliberately in order to kind of like hide the fact that he's a retainer.
I don't know what's going on with your mic again.
I think it's just you.
No, you keep going goldfish-like.
Chat, am I going goldfish-like? Is my audio okay? Do I sound 5x5 and Tam is just going deaf? Personally, I think Tam's just going deaf because Tam...
I'm not going deaf. That's why these headphones on. I'm not deaf with these headphones on.
Have you noticed that, yeah, you got Nobunaga, yeah, fine. We are 40 seconds into the trailer. We have yet to see George Floydian Samurai Warrior.
See, Daly said it cuts out a bit.
What? Bullshit.
Yeah, goldfish, Tombi. Now you're better. See, thank you.
Fuck off.
Tam knows best. You did it last night as well. What was that? A little bit of audio bullshit.
What?
What?
Suck a dick. Suck a dick.
Yeah, see? Just because I'm right and you're wrong.
Did you see that? Look, I mean, the thing is, you're seeing him every now and again. Okay, coming back to this. Obviously, look at me! I'm being trained just like Tom Cruise in that film, Last Samurai, to try and draw power. George Floyd, look how fucking tall he is. Fuck off. He-Man. And then, when he gets his uniform on, have a look at this bit. Look at how dark the background is versus him. He's almost invisible. He's basically a shadow. You can't fucking see him. They've deliberately chosen the lighting to...
What is this?
It's Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's Hanayama's favourite argument. It's the one that we always talk about every week, and the fact that Ubisoft is fucking shit.
Yes, Rick. I had forgotten. Yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I can do the same thing. What did you say, Tam? I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh, no. I can do the fucking same thing. Daily dysfunction. I wanted to send a meme. You can do. Blerps are also enabled. All good assassins are a foot taller than everybody else and a different colour than everybody else. Both really helps you to blend in. Well, he can certainly blend into the shadows. He's not going to stand out there. But stick him in a white room in the daytime, you might just see him. It's China market shenanigans, yeah. Well, it's not just China market, it's China and Japan. It is Japan. Black Samurai Magic. Yes. Man, George Floyd was such an inspiration to me. No, wait, that was Keith Floyd. Yes. Pink Floyd. Yeah, Pink Floyd. So they do get... so Tennessee, every now and again, gets a Twister. Look at all these cars and stuff. Yeah, it's fine. Fine. Doesn't matter. It's all good. We're not going to suffer.
I can't stand them. Pink Floyd, awful.
How often does Tennessee get tornadoes? 2022, they had 5. 2021, they had 67. 2020, they had 35. 2019, they had 20.
Okay.
Is Tennessee in the Tornado Alley? It's not considered part of Tornado Alley, but the state has said has had its share of tornadoes over the years. I like that picture. That's quite good. Where was that? Where did that go? It's disappeared. What was that just popped up on screen? Home.
We had minus 34C wind chill for the last 3 days, but we don't get tornadoes. Wisconsin. Oh, for God's sakes, put my teeth in.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cold as fuck there. It's been cold as fuck.
You will be fine, probably. I like the probably on the end.
Do you know what, EO? That kind of temperature, I'd love it. I'd love it. And the dogs would as well. I mean, look at her. She would love the snow and the cold. Lapping up luxury on her sofa. Today. Lapping up luxury on a sofa. Right, okay, we're on top of the hour. We are going to wrap it up. So, with that said, Tam, what have you got? Yeah. You got anything coming up?
I haven't.
Cool.
No, I have, apart from doggy meet up on Sunday.
I was going to say, we have got a meet up on Sunday where we're taking Rosie and Poppy to meet a load of other Bernese Mountain Dogs. And Rosie gets to see
her
sister, who's also going to be there.
And Poppy will quite likely get to see her brother.
Yep, her younger brother from a different litter. So there's going to be a couple of meetups. So I'm actually going to take this camera with me, and the likelihood is I'm going to just live stream it straight to YouTube.
So there could be just burners anywhere around 50.
Yeah.
Plus other dogs.
Yeah.
So it's usually slightly manic.
Yeah. So what I'll probably end up doing is do something very similar to this. We'll have this camera down the bottom, which is the camera that's there. I'll either stream it direct to Tam's channel and then restream it to mine later, or I'll stream it to both at the same time. But we're doing it live, so you get to see the dogs and we get to say hello to everybody.
Yeah, it might only be a very, very short burst.
No, I mean, the thing is, this camera's got a good 3 hours of battery, and as long as we got the internet, we should be able to beam it. And if not, I'll just record it. Because it's got recording capabilities anyway, so I'll just record it and we'll stick it up afterwards.
Yeah.
So, that's with Tam. I'm going to be back in 30 minutes with Don't Starve Together, with as many people who want to play it as possible. Followed by tomorrow, we've got something. I haven't decided what we're playing tomorrow. Because the chances of us playing Grand Theft Auto is probably slim. Because not many people are playing it at the minute. So I might carry on playing some Cyberpunk. We're actually cracking through a lot of the quests right now, so I want to wrap that one up. But I do have some other games to play as well. So until then, guys, thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. It's always a pleasure to see everybody, whether you're on Rumble, Kick, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. Always a pleasure. And we will see you back for 2Ts. On
Tuesday. And maybe back on Saturday evening.
Yep, Saturdays you might find a cheeky stream. Until then, guys, look after yourselves.
Bye.
Bye for now.